Right. You can see here. The first term we call the internet. So what is the internet? It's called the worldwide network of computers. It's called network of network. Together we form what? The internet. Right. So there's another term we comes here. We call the server. So server is what? A server is a running and it's storing your websites. When you launch a website, it's the server is the machine which provides the facility to the others to take the web pages from that machine to their machines. Okay, that's the web server. Okay, server is that one. Right. Then so these websites, so when you have now these websites which is provided to the web server, right, so those were designed, so we can use to design using this language we call the hypertext markup language. So in short form we call the HTML, right. So before that we can see what is the structure. What is this structure? So if you take a structure, the first part we come the home page. So home page is the whenever you type here, it will come the what? The web home page, right? Then we have the main sections. It means under that we have several sections. Example, we have the home page. Under main section we may have the gallery, then the information, the history. Likewise we have the main sections. Okay, right. Then we have the next part, we have the subsection. The last one we have the subsection, right. So those are the main three parts of a website. If you consider a website, we have three parts: home page, main section and subsection. If you see the structure of this, okay, look at here, you can see in the top we have the home page. So home page is the example, we have our school address website. So under our school website, here we have the main section. We may have what? The admissions, the history, those things, the colleges. Likewise we have this main section part, we have this content. Then under main section, these we say example, we say branches. So under branches we have the different branches are described in the subsection. Okay. So if you take a structure of a website, they are the main three parts. So what are those? Home page, main section, subsection. Okay, right. Those are the three parts. Okay, then we come to our lesson HTML. So what is HTML? HTML stands for hypertext markup language. So if you just say what is this means, if you ask, right, it's a computer language used to create documents, or we call the web pages, to display on the website or in the World Wide Web. We call the HTML or hypertext markup language. What is an HTML file? So what is this concept? Okay, so HTML is a format that tells a computer how to display web pages, right. The document themselves are plain text. Files is special text, okay, special text or the coded that web browser to use, interpret and display information on your computer screen. So HTML stand for this, and HTML files is a text file containing small markup. So small markup text. The markup text tells web browser how to display the web pages, right. An HTML file must have an HTML or HTML file extension. When you are going to create HTML file, you are going to save the HTML file. So when you are going to save, you must give this file extension by .htm or HTML. Then to do this HTML document, you need some editors. Those are we call HTML editors, right. So there are two categories of HTML editors. We call, first one is called WYSIWYG. What is this stand for? What you see is what you get editors. Whatever you see will what you get. So those are called what you see is what you get editors. Then the second one we have called the text editors. So text editors means some plain text you can type on the, we can see the examples, right? So what you see, what editors are, what Adobe Dreamweaver is one of the example, and the Google Web Designer. And if you take text editors, we can see Notepad and WordPad. And if you see some other than these, you can see some of the text editors. You can see it's called, you can see now called Notepad++. You can download from the internet. Then there's called Coffee Cup or the TextMate, right? So NetBeans, right? So those are some of the text editors you can download freely from the internet, right? So those are some. So if you can't find the above text editors, you can download these. But the easiest one you can have is the text editor you can have in your computer, right? So it's a Notepad. The Notepad, we type the HTML documents and we will save as the web file or the web page. Okay. Some of them, right? So there are some of them here. So one of them are Atom, Notepad++, Sublime Text, so Dreamweaver, some of them. Okay, so some of the. Then how are you going to view this HTML document? Now you have typed this in these text editors. After doing, how are you going to see it? How my web page looks like? How would be looks like? So how can you see? So it's from the, you have to use web browser for that. So you know you can have any web browser like this. You can say Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, or Opera, or Microsoft Edge, or Firefox. So either any of the web browser it support for your text editors. So first of all you have to do is create your web site, or to create that in your text editor, and you have to save it properly with the file extension. And okay, these are the web browsers you know familiar with, right? So you should know the icons also, right? So those are the web browsers we can view your HTML documents. So those are the documents, right? One, HTML coding. So HTML coding is made up of HTML elements. So these web pages is made up of HTML elements. So HTML elements identify the HTML tag. These are identify the HTML tag. So what are HTML tags? So HTML tags used to mark up HTML elements in your web pages, right? So it's surrounded by, you can see these HTML tags are surrounded by greater than and less than sign. Okay, greater than and less than sign, right? So those are the signs we can use, right? Then surrounded characters are called the angle brackets, right? So they are. So HTML tags normally comes in pairs. So some are most are coming as pairs, some are few tags are there without coming that way. So we will just see what are those also. The first tag we call the on tag, or we call the starting tag. So if you have this B, you can see here, this is the starting tag. This is the ending tag or the off tag. So starting or the ending tag is this one. Okay, then this is the ending tag. So text between text start and end element the contents, right? Right. So example, you can see tags are, these are not case sensitive. Right, guys, if you type in this is in capital letter B or simple letter B, it gives the same purpose or the same work. Okay, so that's the one we have to remember. So this HTML tag are, remember, they are not case sensitive. It means simple, capital doesn't matter, right? Right. So if you take this HTML editors, there are two kind of elements. Okay, we call the container elements, as I discussed earlier. So we have on and off tags. HTML has on and off tags. We call the container elements. So example, if you can see here, B, this is a container element. If you type this the text between these tags are become bold. Then the other text document, right? So it will be bold. It will be highlighted. So for that one, you choose the bold tag or the B tag. Okay, so B tag is that. So B tag is a what? It's a contain element, right? So there are second category we call the empty elements or called empty tags. Okay, so empty tags. So we have empty tags. Okay, it has only on tag but do not require an off tag, right? So let's see an example. Now we have called the break tag or called the BR tag. So BR tag or the horizontal ruler, the HR tag or the IMG if you want to put an image tag, you don't need the right. So the BR tag, which is used to give a line break, does not require a closing tag. So you don't need like here you don't need to close the BR. Just BR is enough. But if you type in the B tag, you must type the closing B tag, okay, or the off tag. Okay, off tag you must use it, right? Right. Next one. So what is this HTML, right? So very important when you once you type it and when you save, this is very important. When you save an HTML file, you can use either HTML or the HTML extension, but you better to familiar with HTML, so it is easy to remember also, and right. So HTML also is okay, right? So HTML or the HTML extension you must use at the end when you save a file. We say you are saving my first web page. You have to say my first page dot HTML when you're going to save in that when you type it. Then the HTML extension comes from the past when the some of the commonly used software only allow 3-letter extension. So why? So if you see example is Word document is commits as we say abc.doc, right? If you say text document is called txt. So that's why it comes from HTML. That's the file, the common one. Common way it's called the HTML. Okay. It's perfectly safe to use either HTML or HTML, but consistent. So example is mypage.html and mypage.html are treated as different files by the browsers, because you must remember these are some different kind of browsers are not supportive sometimes for the HTML. So you must better to type in HTML. You can see mypage.html is better. Okay, right. When you go to next one, HTML structure. So we can divide our HTML structure or the HTML document into two sections. I mainly have two sections. We call the header section or the heading section, and we have the body section, right? So heading section is contain information describing the document, such as this title, the heading. So what is this title about it? What is this web page about it? We say this is a web page about our school. So we are mentioning the title. We say header. We mention your title of your school, right? Then the body section, it contains the document. What are the other related to your topic is containing on the body section. All right. So where the body document, text, graphics, and other elements are placed. So body section is indicated by the body and the closed body, right? So there are two parts. So it has heading section on the body section, right? So that's the one. Then look at this example. Right now, okay, look at this structure. Right now you can see, right? So some of these one you can see doc type HTML. So you can type these will be available. Some of the when you're using the text editors like Dreamweaver, those things also, and you can use it in CSS like that you can. Then you can see the opening tab. When you going to create a first web page, you have to use the first starting tag. We can see as HTML. So you can see they have given HTML XML is equal HTTP www organization 1999 XML language like this. Then this is the header. We are using another opening tag called title, my web page. Then we close the my title by the close title tag or the of title tag. Okay, then we are using the meta tags like meta HTTP equipment, content type, content HTML, then the chart, this one, that. Then we close in the entire heading part. Okay, then we come to the body part. Body part means the details, where we are going to enter the details. So we have to start now. This the heading part is okay. Now we are going to the body part. So body part we are including our details. So the whatever you want to include, the paragraph or the pictures, they are all included. You can in the body section. Then after that you include all your contents to the body. You are going to close the body tag, right? So you can see open body tag in the closing one, right? So they're closing that. Then finally, to complete this HTML document, you have to close the HTML tag, right? So you have to close the HTML tag and you have to save your file. You have to type this in the text editor and you have to finally you have to save this file in that one. So if you just see a example here, another example, you can see starting from HTML, every start must be starting this way, right? Then you can give the heading, right? Then the title. So title is simple document, then close title, this one. So right, so then we are containing as it is here, right, the body and the whatever you want to include here. Then close the body, then close the HTML, right? So you can see that is the structure of the HTML. Okay, right? Any questions, Putta? Okay. Others?